It is the mission of the Ontario HIV Treatment Network that is quiet but very powerful. I'll read it to you. It says, through a network that promotes research and evidence to drive change, we will improve the health and well-being of people living with HIV and at risk to HIV in Ontario. And there's a powerful inference in that. And the powerful inference is that it is through a network. It's not saying the OHTN is a network, it's through a network, and that it will drive change. And all of the people, all of you in this room are part of that network. The OHTN is an organic system of which you are part. And while our network includes researchers and policy advisors and people living with HIV and communities at risk, it's not those boxes and those linearities and those identities that in fact make a network become alive. It is you as a complete human being that does that. We don't do our work from a box or a label or a package. It's in relationship that we make change. And it's in relationship with each other, and it's in relationship within ourselves, within our own intimacy with ourself and our own humanness. And it's being in relationship that what the OHTN is about, and this conference is about that. And these conferences are going to be moving slightly from here on in that they've been annual to this date. But this will be the last annual conference, for we are moving to do regional conferences every other year to increase that intimacy with people that do not come annually to this great city. So it will move to be a biannual conference in Toronto, but we should be having biannual conferences around the province from here on in. This conference title is Changing the Course of the HIV Prevention, Engagement, Treatment Cascade. And that has been very much in the mouths and minds and hearts of people as we look for ways to think about this epidemic. Changing courses, which is the power in the title of this conference, means being open for a new land, means being open for new minds, and it means being open to acting upon that which we see. And for people to come forward within the cascade of prevention, engagement, and treatment requires them to come forward and take charge of their HIV health over a lifetime and to go beyond HIV health into states of life fulfillment and well-being. And that means that each one of us, as we know in the periods of our lives where we make change, it is because we see something that is irresistible. And it's our job to dream and to manifest that irresistibility that people want to come forward for testing, to stay in care, to sustain treatments for a lifetime, and to go beyond, to dream a bigger life than that is just provided by an identity of HIV. The cascade in itself is elegant in its simplicity. But the day that we can shout Alleluia is when all people are tested and all people are permanently in charge of their HIV health. And that will only happen because we make it irresistibly so. I was struck yesterday when Stephen Deeks said, for those of you that you were not here, he said that his dream is to see people with HIV dying on the tennis courts when they get to the age of 85. That gives me about 14 years to learn to hit a ball straight. But what it did do was that it blew open some irresistibility for me. It created an image that was different than one I was holding the seconds before he said that. Something happened that made me think about me at 85. And to think of me hitting a tennis ball at 85, although that's highly unlikely, my mind did go to other things that I might be doing at age 85. And some of them were quite, what's the word I want? Salacious, exotic, erotic, lickable. But that was through something else that Stephen Deeks did that. And while we need solutions, we need barriers broken down, we need human rights fought for, we also need, as Stephen gave us yesterday, images, visions, and beliefs. For it is in those that irresistibility takes place. And each one of us here today has that capacity. Each one of us in this moment has the power to create the irresistible, and to do that within yourselves and to do that with each other. That power exists simply because of being human, having desires, having passions, seeing new lands, wanting change, and that is what will create a change in the course of the prevention, engagement, and treatment cascade. Welcome to this conference. Bonne conférence. Thank you.